More about chemtrails. Chemtrail conspiracy theory posits the erroneous belief that long-lasting condensation trails are chemtrails consisting of chemical or biological agents left in the sky by high flying aircraft sprayed for nefarious purposes undisclosed to this general public. Believers in this conspiracy theory say that while normal contrails dissipate relatively quickly, contrails that linger must contain additional substances. Those who subscribe to the theory speculate that the purposes of the chemical release, maybe solar radiation management, weather modification, psychological manipulation, human population control, biological or chemical warfare to testing of biological or chemical agents on a population, and that the trails are causing respiratory illnesses and other health problems. The claim has been dismissed by the scientific community. There is no evidence that purported chemtrails differ from normal water-based contrails routinely left by high-flying aircraft under certain atmospheric conditions, although proponents have tried to prove that chemical spraying occurs. Their analyses have been flawed or based on misconceptions because of the persistence of the conspiracy theory and questions about government involvement. Scientists and government agencies around the world have repeatedly explained that the supposed chemtrails are in fact normal contrails. The term chemtrail blends the word chemical and trail just as contrail blends condensation and trail. Description. Proponents of the chemtrail conspiracy theory find support for the theories in their interpretations of sky phenomena. Videos posted to the internet and reports about government programs. They also have certain beliefs about the goals of the alleged conspiracy and the effects of its alleged efforts, and generally take certain action based on those beliefs. Interpretation of evidence. Proponents of the chemtrail conspiracy theory say that chemtrail can be distinguished from contrails by their long duration, asserting that the chemtrails are those trails left by aircraft that persist for as much as a half day or transform into cirrus-like clouds. The proponents claim that after 1995, contrails had a different chemical composition and lasted a lot longer in the sky. Proponents fail to acknowledge evidence of long-lasting contrails shown in World War II era photographs. Proponents characterize contrails as streams that persist for hours and that, with their crisscross grid-like or parallel stripe patterns, eventually blend to form a large cloud. Proponents view the presence of visible color spectra in the streams, unusual concentrations of sky tracks in a single area or lingering tracks left by an unmarked or military airplanes flying at atypical altitudes or locations as markers of chemtrails. Photographs of barrels installed in the passenger space of an aircraft for flight test purposes have been claimed to show aerosol dispersion systems. The real purposes of the barrels is to simulate the weight of passengers or cargo. The barrels are filled with water, and the water can be pumped from barrel to barrel in order to test different centers of gravity while the aircraft is in flight. A former CIA employee and whistleblower Edward Snowden, interviewed on the Joe Rogan Experience, stated that he had searched through all the secret information of the US government for evidence about aliens and chemtrails. According to CNN report about the webcast, he said, "In case you were wondering, chemtrails are not a thing, and I had ridiculous access to the networks of NSA, the CIA, the military, all these groups. I couldn't find anything." Jim Mars has cited a 27 Louisiana television station report as evidence for chemtrails. In the report, the air underneath a crosshatch of supposed chemtrails was measured and apparently found to contain unsafe levels of barium at 6.8 parts per million, three times the US nationally recommended limit. A subsequent analysis of the footage showed, however, that the equipment had been misused and the reading exaggerated by a factor of 100. The true level of barium measured was both usual and safe. In May 2014, a video that went viral showed a commercial passenger airplane landing on a foggy night, which was described as emitting chemtrails. Discovery News pointed out that passengers sitting behind the wings would clearly see anything being sprayed, which would defeat